How do you prepare for the worst day of your life? What do you do to get ready? Here's what Jesus does. Jesus prays. Jesus prayed a lot. Throughout the Gospel of Mark, we've seen numerous instances, and across all 4 synoptic Gospels, 25 individual accounts of Jesus praying. Everything Jesus did started and ended with prayer. We see Jesus praying before his baptism. We see Jesus praying on the cross. We see Jesus praying publicly. We see Jesus praying privately. We see Jesus pray before he eats. We see Jesus pray after he eats. We see Jesus pray with large crowds. We see him pray with small groups. We see him pray individually. We see him pray with other people. We see Jesus pray in the morning, pray in the evening. Skidamarinky-dinky-doo, Jesus prays. Do you? Jesus prays a lot. And have you ever wondered, how did Jesus do it? How did Jesus live the life that he lived? Do you ever just wonder that? How did Jesus heal the sick? How did Jesus love everyone? I love people, but everyone? How did Jesus do all of the amazing, incredible things that he did in his life? And here's what we think. We think it's because he's God. Jesus did it because he's God. Of course Jesus can do those things because Jesus is God. Okay, that's true, but it's not entirely true. Because not only is Jesus God, very God of very God, Jesus is also fully man. He's not half God, half man, like a demigod. He's not like Superman, Clark Kent in the day and Superman by night. And he's not fighting with one arm tied behind his back. Jesus, fully God, fully man. I love what Augustine, the early church father, says. He says that in the incarnation, Jesus didn't cease being God, but rather he added to his divinity humanity, God in the flesh. So Jesus is fully God, but at the same time, we recognize Jesus is also fully man. That Jesus has limitations in his life. He can't be everywhere all the time. He's limited to certain space. He can't talk to anyone. No, he's limited by where he can go and the people he can be with. He has to sleep. We even see him take naps on a boat in the middle of a hurricane. Jesus needed a nap because he's human. We see him eat, we see him drink, we see him laugh, we see him have relationships, we see him build healthy relationships. We see the limitations on Jesus' life. And in this moment, Jesus has reached the end of his limitations in his humanity. And you know what he does? He prays. Now here's my question for you. If Jesus needed to pray, how much more do we need to pray in our lives? Because here's what Jesus understood, is that prayer is the secret to strength. If you're taking notes, I want you to write that down. Prayer is the secret to Jesus' strength. How did Jesus love everyone? He prayed. How did Jesus serve everyone? He prayed. How did Jesus do the things that he did? He prayed. And how does Jesus endure the worst day of his life? What does he do? He prays.